Hi, friends. It's Mr. Rogers here, and we are going to be talking about the body shape of whoa, um, I can't say the name. Hyperton. Sorry. Um, the amphibian that we found in the Devonian era today. And one of the scenes they talked about how this body shape was going to become the next dominant body shape for the next 300 million years or so, or 200 million years. And it's still around today. And I want to talk about its advantages and disadvantages. So when you look at the amphibian here, you can see his arms where they're coming out, and you can kind of see how they're going to walk is having straight front, or sorry, straight upper limbs sticking straight out at a 90-degree angle. And then you have the bottom half going straight down into the ground. So, for example, if I was to draw on a paint, this is the body right here, and the leg goes out like this, and then this. And that's what's holding them up. Now, that's a pretty successful body type. There are some issues, though. And one of the big issues is gravity. Gravity is forcing it down. And this body type limits the amount of weight that you can have, and it limits your size a little bit and how high you can be off the ground. Because of how the legs are situated, they're not underneath of you. They're kind of just holding you up. So, for example, if you try to, you can really only do it with your arms and your back legs, but if you try to crawl on the floor with your arms out like this, it's a lot harder than having your arms straight underneath of you. And so this body type is very successful. I mean, we see it still in crocodiles. You can kind of see it right here. It's coming out, then down. You can see it in lizards. You can see it in amphibians like newts and salamanders still. It's a common body type because it keeps you low to the ground. It's not very expensive, meaning that it doesn't cost much evolutionary to keep going with this body type. And you can stay low to the ground, and there's advantages to that. Like you can hide a little bit better. You can be a little more sneaky. Um, it does limit your speed a little bit, but for the most part, you have these animals that it is highly successful. Now, over the course of time, we went away from that. We went to a different body type, and that body type now is a body here, and the legs are more like pillars going straight down. If you think of you, that's kind of how your legs are, okay? Or they come out a little bit and then straight down. So a good example of this is an elephant. An elephant has pillars for legs, and they shoulders and their hip blades are basically shaped a little bit so they can go straight down instead of out and then down. This allows you to add more weight. More weight here. This doesn't really form until dinosaurs. Okay, this doesn't really happen until dinosaurs, and that's why dinosaurs moved up. Everything before this was going to be low to the ground because of the body shape with the legs coming out was going to be low to the ground. But once we figured out that we can evolutionary wise, put the legs underneath of us, we can start getting taller and taller and taller to the point where you start having like brachiosaurs and things like that that are hundreds of feet tall. That's how you get elephants. That's how you get most of the mammals. Even like your dogs, their legs go straight down into the ground. They don't go out and then to the side, okay? Or down, sorry. And so this body shape that was developed in the Devonian is super, super important. It obviously led to this. It led to us having, these two parts, this upper arm and lower arm. But this limits how tall something can be and how much weight can distribute. This will end up being the more successful body type. It just takes a couple 100 million years. So I just wanted to point that out. Hopefully you got the prediction done. Hopefully you got the fossil hunt done. Make sure those are done. And make sure you obviously finish watching the video. So I appreciate you guys doing this. Tomorrow we're going to do something a little bit different. It could be a bust, but we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a try. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you later.